Hello, my name is Robin. I'm the co-founder and CEO at TestZeus. Today we'll address the million-dollar question which a lot of people have asked me over the recent events where I have been a speaker, such as TDX UK, TDX Bangalore, and various community events. The million-dollar question being, how do we test agents on the Salesforce platform? So without further ado, let's get going. So let's get to the heart of testing agents. When we looked at our own experience and various industry leading research papers, we found that testing an agent is a multi turn multiplayer conversation. See, interestingly, when you interact with agents, you don't have a hard coded script to talk to them. Those are bots of the yesteryear. But now with agents, the conversation should organically grow and which can be only simulated by another agent. And that is why we strongly believe that testing an agent is not possible by traditional tools with hard coded static test cases. It is only possible through an agent. So let's explore the three core concepts of testing an agent using another agent. So when you are testing agents, there are precisely three things you need to keep in mind, just like when you are testing traditional software. So one is the context. What is that agent supposed to do? Not just the topic, but also the larger context of the real data behind it. Second is integrations. Is your agent talking to other systems and getting real values back? Very interestingly, MCP is a hot topic and must be tested in addition to your agents as a composite system. Last but not the least is the outcome. So, based on the conversation with the agents, what is the outcome that you expect and does it meet the actual values? So, in summary, context, integrations, and outcomes are the three things that you must keep in mind when designing the test strategy for testing an agent. Now that we know the basics of testing an agent using an agent, let's see it in action. On my screen, we are seeing a small test case that we have written on the TestZeus platform for testing an Agentforce agent. It is basically asking for order details from the Agentforce agent and then matching it with a SOQL query. Now over here, the line which is highlighted is very important because that is where we are instructing the TestZeus agent to perform a multi-turn multiplayer conversation with Agentforce and then ask the details for each order from Agentforce. This is not possible with traditional tools and testing approaches and also can be very time taking when done by a human. When we run this test case, it interestingly fails. So let's put on our spy glasses and see why did it fail. We can go to this test run and see that not only has the test case failed, with TestZeus Agent Communications Log Viewer, we also see all the communication which is happening between the TestZeus agent and the Agentforce agent. For example, questions like how many orders are there and the responses like there are 2 orders. So why did this fail? Because interestingly, if we look at the last step from TestZeus, we find that Agentforce hallucinated and mentioned that there are 2 orders for an email ID, but the expected count was 0 from the SOQL query. So that is in a nutshell how you can perform multi-turn, multiplayer, agent-to-agent testing using natural English language on the TestZeus platform. Another common question people ask us is what about Agentforce Testing Center? So let's answer that. See, we are super excited about Agentforce Testing Center, but think of it as the unit testing layer in the classical test automation pyramid. So you can perform static prompt-based testing using Agentforce Testing Center. But in real life end-to-end scenarios, there might be integrations with other systems or end-to-end scenarios which have to be checked. So going back to our core principles, considering the context, integrations, and the outcome, TestZeus sits in the middle layer where it helps you perform system integration testing and end-to-end testing using natural English language. And again, in that same sense of the classical test automation pyramid, if we reimagine it a little bit, at the top we have humans who perform the non-functional testing and also certify the testing done by other agents. So in simple words, start with Agentforce Testing Center just as you would start with the unit testing of your code, but you must scale and grow with other agentic systems such as TestZeus. So let's close it off on a debatable note. We strongly believe that while humans can build agents, only agents can test other agents. Now, why is it debatable? because even humans can test other agents and very well, but it might take a little while to cover all the scenarios. And we strongly believe that in the modern era of AI and agents, speed and quality are the only moats for any team or company. So let's speed up your testing cycles. Thank you for watching this video and have a nice one. Bye bye and take care.